Hey guys, HW. I'm back in the city in the evening peak. It's just after 6 p.m. and I'm just at the intersection of Bathurst Street and George Street. Got all the punters scurrying behind me to probably to the cinema and a few of the food joints around George Street. The weather observations today in Sydney got up to 27 degrees Celsius. It was quite humid, and the wind's currently coming from the south at 19 kilometres an hour. There's a cyclone heading towards the Queensland coast. So I'm expecting over the next couple of days we'll probably get some rain down here as well. There's been a little bit, but we'll probably get some more. So another reason why I've jumped out tonight to do a film, because I didn't fancy much walking around in the rain tomorrow. But good luck to all of those folk up in Queensland about to brave the cyclones. I'm wearing my South Sydney Rabbitohs hat because the league season is upon us. The NRL, the National Rugby League, kicked off in Las Vegas last weekend. But my team wasn't there. They were there last year. This year, our first game is tomorrow night. Out at, they've moved the game. It was supposed to be up in Queensland against the Dolphins. And because of the cyclone, they've moved the game to Sydney. And they're playing it out at Parramatta Stadium, which is called CommBank Stadium. So I'll be watching that on the TV tomorrow night. So the plan today is we're going to get down George Street and take a bit of a walk up to Broadway, because there's something that I want to take a geezer at up there. So we'll enjoy the sights as we watch all the punters head home and head to restaurants and all the rest of it. And then I'll show you a bit of a surprise at the end of the vid. Hopefully, if I can get access to it. So let's get going. Let's walk down the cinema strip on George Street on our way to Broadway. Plenty of people about, eh? Mentioning that cyclone again up in Queensland, I suspect that the main issue with that is going to be the amount of water that falls, and it's going to cause flooding, because Brisbane's prone to flooding, as are some of the other areas on the Queensland border and also in New South Wales. Places like Lismore downstream usually get quite a bit of flooding, so got some concerns for those people living in those areas. No doubt by the weekend we'll probably start to get some bigger swells further down the New South Wales coast, or we get some swell in Sydney. So if I get word that that's the case, I might head over to the beaches and see if I can capture some of that. Few people back there having some lagers outside the Albion Hotel. It's a colourful store over there, all pink. few people down here having some lagers outside the Three Wise Monkeys Hotel as well. I'll talk over this music. It's loud. Cross over Liverpool Street. Oh, look at these Dirty Rooster supporters here. Boo. I didn't mention before that they're playing tonight. It's their first game tonight against the Broncos. It's a home game for them, so they'd obviously be playing over at Moore Park at the stadium over there. We're in autumn now. We're in autumn, fall in Sydney. So we should start seeing some cooler nights now, but it's still quite warm and humid during the day. But certainly tonight, all the punters are out and about enjoying the warm weather today and having a bit of din-din on George Street and a few drinkies. Obviously this part of town, we're very close to Chinatown and Thai Town. So people who love the Asian cuisine seem to congregate around this area. Goulburn Street, crossing over. Have a look at the people trying to get home to the eastern suburbs here on Goulburn Street. It's a nightmare, Goulburn Street, during the peak. You get all the commuters driving their cars out of Sussex Street and out of Ultimo in the inner west, and they all use Goulburn Street to get up into the eastern suburbs, and it's only one lane each way. So is it one lane, or maybe it's 2 lanes? No, it's 2 lanes each way. Being silly. They got some shish kebabs there, look. Well, they probably call them satay sticks. It's a nice breeze blowing up George Street. Walking along here is quite pleasant. Maybe I should do these later in the day walks more often. Sign and arrow over on that lamppost over there pointing you to Thai Town. There's plenty of Thai restaurants on this side of, along this part of George Street as well. Be awesome if we make it all the way up to Broadway without having to restart the camera. Sun blaring out of Hay Street to the west over there. Shall I go in front of the tram? Yeah, go on then. He can wait. Oh wow, there's a TAB over there. Don't see many of those anymore. Most of them seem to be situated in the pubs and hotels. That's a off-track betting shop if you're interested. Even though they have outlets on the track these days as well. As we get up this part of George Street, we'll probably bump into a lot more students from the uni colleges up here. Sydney Uni and University of Technology, UTS. Whenever I'm in the city late at night, I come here for a meal. Fat Tiger, or I'll just call it Tiger. Yeah, Tiger would be the way to pronounce it. Always come there. You can always get a meal there late at night. I thought I'd discovered the solution to my camera overheating. I mentioned it in a previous video how I downloaded a patch which allowed me to plug in a USB cable into a power pack, and I was hoping to use it today while I was walking along, and I've discovered that you can't operate the external mic and the GoPro media kit at the same time. So there goes that idea. Bit of progress on this building above Central Station over here now. Look at that. I can't remember what that building's supposed to be, so I'll whack it in the text later, if I remember. Sky out to the east is looking quite angry. It might get a bit of rain out at Moore Park. Might be a bit slippery, that game with the Roosters and Broncos. The punters going mad for this sushi hub over here. Must be some end of the day specials on offer.
Actually, I like Pokemon. It is fucked up.
A crowd loitering up here outside Chemist Warehouse. Colombian food in that arcade. Bukhara, street food. Somewhere in there. Oh, the phone roach. Let's go back and have a look at this joint. Look at this place here. The whole place is about skewers. Get some skewers into here. All different skewers. Seafood, poultry, pork, beef. It's got it all. $1.10 each, or anywhere between $6.99 and $7.99 for a bunch of them. What would be a bunch? Do you reckon a bunch would be 4 or 5? They follow the usual rule of assuming every family's consisting of 4 people. It's probably only a bunch of 4. Crossing over Harris Street. A building right on the Johnny Horner is quite entertaining to look at. 826, either 826 Regent Street or 826 Broadway. Probably Regent Street. Let's have another goosey gander at this famous building here above the Central Park Mall. See how they got all the shrubbery growing off it? At the time when it first sprung up, it was hailed as a architectural marvel with the living garden on it, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere recently that it's having issues. So if I see if I can put that in the text as well for you. A few people starting to mill around the entrance of Spice Alley over there. Just walking past UTS, University of Technology. Gee, it's a long time since I've been in that building. There's another squeeze of this building here. I'll have to come back here one day when there's some really high winds and see how that cantilevered section up there goes in the wind. I'm a bit of a dunce. I'd forgotten how far Broadway was. The walk's a bit longer than I thought. Might have been imagining it, but I think I just saw an electric bus go past. Because it had a zero emissions banner on it. So have we got electric buses now in Sydney? Thank goodness. Hopefully they completely phase out the diesel ones. Because they're as noisy as hell with the big fans on the back. I'm just assuming that they're diesel. They might be gas or petrol, I don't know. So there's some chicken joint over there called Dizzy Bird. Oh, Dizzy Bird. Probably some sort of fried chicken joint, is it? Don't know. Oh, that sun's glaring in my eyes. I'm going to have to sneak in here. There's Abercrombie Hotel over there. guy's taking a photo of the hotel. Again, the lovely breeze blowing at the moment. It's quite enjoyable walking along Broadway at the moment. There's a bunch of galahs flying up in the sky up there. They're the ones, the noisy buggers that are making that screeching noise. I've mentioned it before, I'll mention it again. If you're thinking about coming to Sydney, I reckon now's the best time to come. Autumn. But I'd probably give it another couple of weeks yet. Wait till the daily temperatures drop down a little bit more. And then it's perfect. Because you still have heaps of greenery in Sydney and Australia during autumn and winter, because our trees don't drop their leaves for winter. Only the imported trees do. So it's beautiful all year round in Old Sydney town. Mountain Street. Not a street that I ever pay much attention to. I just got a sprinkle of rain just then. Just hit my cheek. It's Hotel Broadway over there. Serving up craft beers and cocktails, it says. And a bit of live music and trivia as well to throw it in for good measure. It might make it into Broadway right in the nick of time before the rain comes down. But it might delay my grand finale, my surprise. Oh, look at that. What a welcome surprise. We've got a couple of historical photos to have a look at on this building site here. There's the entrance to the old Tooth's Brewery, just down the road in Broadway. Got all blocks of units and stuff in there now, where that brewery used to be. And here's a look down Broadway, which we just walked up. Look at all the old trams screaming down the road. And what do we got over here? Athlon Place towards Broadway. Look at all the kids bare feet sitting in the street. Alright, now we're going to get into the Broadway shopping centre. The last time I came here, I think I purchased the South Sydney Rabbitohs cap that I'm wearing. But I can't recall exactly where the Rebel store was that I purchased it from. I thought it was out here on the street. Might have been back where that building site was. Let's see if I can find the boys' room first before I go further. Let's have a bit of a skirt around the shopping centre before we get up to the grand finale. I'm looking for the elevators. So the elevators were here. Oh, there they are. No, this is going to get me there. Let's see. Oh, that was a mission. We finally made it up here. I wanted to come up on the roof of the Broadway shopping centre and show you the delightful view of the city. can see those rain clouds moving in now. And I don't know whether they're the outer bands of that cyclone up in Queensland that are getting pushed onto our coast or not. Whether they're this part of the same system, I'm not sure. But it's quite a delightful view up here. And that gets me thinking, geez, I wish Sydney had some more public spaces at elevated levels. So all the elevated viewing points, they nickel and dime you for. Like you've got to go up into Sydney Tower and pay money and book ahead to get up there and have a look at that view. I'm not sure about Barangaroo, the Crown Tower over there, whether there's any public viewing space over there, but no doubt they probably charge you for that over there as well. But I'd love to see some elevated public spaces. If anybody from the council sees this vid, can you make some public spaces in Sydney? Have a look at San Francisco. They've got a number of parks that are located atop buildings in the city. I'd like to see something like that in Sydney. Somewhere you can go at lunch and just sit down, get a bit of a view of the city, have a sandwich, maybe get there and take some photos, some vids. But for now, this is one of the very few places that you can come and get a nice view of the city from an elevated position, from a perch. So we can see all the way out to the Anzac Bridge as well. We face that way. I can see Chatswood and St Leonard's across the way over there in North Sydney. It's a great view. See what it looks like from the other side. Now, there's a great big wall here, so I'm going to have to lift the camera up to give you a look. As we stare at this Sydney is Happy mural here on the, I guess it's the elevator shaft building, and we see the flag flying atop Sydney University over there, or one of the buildings of Sydney University. I don't know, I can't see that far. I don't know what flag that is that's flying. I'm not sure. Can't see that far. Oh, look at that, and we can see some of the planes starting to come in and land into Sydney Airport. There's another one over here with its landing lights on. It's a good thing they missed all of that storm there. Excuse me. There should be a whole row of them coming through. There's one over there that's landing. This one's starting to approach, and surely fairly soon we should see another one taking the same path. Oh, it hasn't emerged from the clouds yet. I can hear it. Nah. So that's it, only a little skirt today. And get home and try to catch the back end of the Roosters-Broncos match, and I'll see you in the next vid. The video is over. Look at that pink Mustang over there.